My base has a lot of empty space which desperately needs to be filled in, so today I'm going to fill in every bit of empty space with super aesthetic farms while trying to survive in real hardcore Minecraft. So to start off with, we're gonna expand that carrot farm that we didn't actually finish properly last time. So obviously we have this huge wheat farm which then transitions into a carrot farm over here, except it doesn't go for very long. So our job is to expand this all the way up the side here. Now, first of all, we need to figure out where this river is going to go, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to curve over here to the right and then over the edge of this side here. So we'll start by digging out the area. Oh my goodness, we're going to need to go have a quick little rest. There we go, that should stop them from spawning. Man, it is so much nicer to come in and out of the base now. 100,000 million times better now that we have that entrance done. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Oh my days. Dude, those phantoms knocked us down into a party. We still have one phantom left. I'm gonna have to take this guy out because he's been absolutely annoying. Get out of here, mate. Oh, and there's a creeper and a skeleton shooting us from above. Oh my days. These guys are just everywhere. They really want to take us out. Oh, we might die. Oh, we might die. Oh my god. Okay, that was way too close. If that skeleton hit us again, we were done. Oh, and there's another skeleton. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm out of here. And that is how easily we can lose this world, because we don't have totems and we are not skipping no nights. We're playing this like real men. All right, so this is gonna be kind of where the river's gonna flow through. It's gonna flow out and then over the side. And I have a pretty cool plan for what to do over the side here, but we got to get this river flowing first. So I have a shulker box here with a bunch of cobblestone and sand. Let me quickly dump all this stuff in here. I have another shulker box for just random stuff that we pick up. I'm gonna grab up this cobblestone and then some sand as well, so we can lay the foundation of this river. Not gonna lie, building a river here is gonna be a lot trickier because there's no blocks underneath. We have to build something to hold the sand on, so it's a little bit more tedious, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. I think I should probably lay the foundation in the middle first. This will be the lowest point. We might as well fill this in so we have something to step on at least. Yeah, buddy, you gotta get out here. This is not the time. This is definitely not the time. Alright, so we've got the cobblestone down. Now I can pretty much just place down a bunch of sand through the middle and then place a little bit of cobblestone around the edges of that sand there. Then place sand on top of that cobblestone just to have it come up a little bit, and then do that one more time so that the sand meets up to the dirt. And then in the places where it needs just a little bit of extra sand, we can just go ahead and dot it through here. Just like that. Beautiful. So now we need to go ahead and fill this up with water, but we got to make sure we block off this end just temporarily because we're not ready to move over this way just yet. We got to fix all this area up first. So that should be good to go now. So I'll grab my buckets out of here and just absolutely go to town on this area. Finally, the top level. And that is that done. Wow, this is looking bloody beautiful. Now, the seagrass we added not long ago really adds some extra detail to this. So it's something I'm going to have to do again. So let me go grab some bone meal. Dude, it is so much easier to get in here now. I'm also going to craft up some more fireworks because we're pretty low on them right now. The last thing we need is to be running out of them. I'll also grab some spruce logs as well. We're going to need to build a bridge. Just a little bridge like that one. There we go. That is the riverbed done. Eventually, we'll find some coral and we'll add it in for some extra coloring here, but for now this is good. Now we're going to grab up some stone slabs, andesite slabs, polished andesite slabs, and stone brick slabs, and we're going to figure out where this path is going to go. So I want this to wrap around this way, but also have a little bridge across here so you can get down to the little mining outpost that we built down there. So it should follow a pretty straight line through here, being about 2 to 3 blocks wide. Oh, we got some friends again. Let's try and avoid these guys. I don't really want to fight right now. I think I'm going to have to though. I think I'm going to need to fight him. Oh, he's made his way up. Biggest mistake that guy's ever made. Oh my god, it is a party down here. We got to light this area up. I mean, I do have something planned for under here. Got a really cool plan. Oh my god, he almost blew up all my river. Yeah, I do have a pretty cool plan. Yo, we got a disc. Mellow high, or whatever. I don't even know how to say it. Do this. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh my days, I thought that was going to blow up then, and all the water would have fallen down. That would have been a little bit annoying. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. So I'm just going to continue building this path. Going to add in some stone bricks first because this is going to be the least common. A little bit of stone bricks is good. Too much is not. We're going to use some polished andesite. A little bit more than the stone bricks this time. Now we'll add in some regular andesite. Oop, not that one. Regular andesite. Once again, a little bit more than the polished andesite this time. And then the remaining blocks is going to be stone. So stone will make up the bulk of this path. Now, if you guys remember, this was pretty much the first thing that we built after making our little starter base. So yeah, this needs a little bit of fixing. So we're going to have to add our stone bricks, andesite and polished andesite to this path. So we'll start, of course, with these stone bricks. Oh my days, you need to get out of here, mate. Thank you. Anyway, we're going to start with the stone bricks. Got to make sure we go up here as well. Seems like a creeper had a little bit of fun right here. And then it matches up to here to where we've added the actual design in here. So that's perfect. You know, it's pretty bittersweet coming through and fixing up this path. It was made so long ago, almost 100 days ago now. Actually, I think it's pretty much smack on 100 days ago. We built this path originally. So now that we're, coming through and actually finishing it off, it's making this feel a lot more wholesome, I guess. It's about time we came back and started working on this area. And finally, we'll add in our andesite. And that is the path now detailed. Finally, after 100 days, we've got this path finished. Now, a little bit of history. If you missed the last 100-day video, this was the very first thing that we built. Originally to get some emeralds, and then it pretty much ended where these leaves are, and then on the very next part we went ahead and built up this huge area here. Why is there a dirt block there? That has to have been an enderman, come on. Anyway, we pretty much built up this area and we focused on moving up that way, and we were supposed to come back down here, but we never did. Oh my days, I'm telling you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do this way too much. But yeah, we moved on up to the left and we never actually made it back down here. Then straight after that, we went straight over there, the opposite side, and started building the mining outpost, which, don't get me wrong, was a lot of fun. And I really like the way this build turned out. It just doesn't feel like it's connected to the entire build that we've got going on here, because it's kind of just down here and there's no connection. So let's get that connection finally put in so that the build actually feels connected. Now with this path, I'm thinking it would be best to have it come this way and cross here. I think that will be nicer. So let's have it diverge from here over to there, just like that. I think that shape is looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit wider in this part. I think that will work. So we'll do the exact same thing we did before. Place it in the stone bricks first, very lightly, then some polished andesite, normal andesite, and then last but definitely not least, in fact most, the stone. Then it'll connect exactly opposite on this side, and we just need to build a bridge here. So let's, I guess, do a similar thing that we did before. I guess just like that. Okay guys, look, it is not my best bridge, but it's kind of hard for me to build these tiny bridges. Just make sure it connects to the ground so it makes a bit of sense. And we'll drop the stuff we don't need in here. There we go. Now we've got a little bit more space. Now the reason the roads and the bridges are also small out here is because this isn't actually going to be the main area of our base. You see, this entire thing that we're building here is literally going to be the outskirts of a humongous kingdom that we're going to build on top. So the roads are going to be small because it's only going to be traveling through fields of crops and connecting smaller houses and hamlets together. So since the traffic isn't going to be very high, there's no need for the roads to be very big, but they are going to be well maintained using stones rather than dirts, because it's still going to be pretty close to the main village. Who's on my days? Excuse me, buddy. Let me get rid of this little boner. Boom. Okay, so now let's connect this with, once again, just a stone. It's going to be a little bit more tricky because there's a bit of elevation to this path. Oh my days, that's a big drop. And there we go, that's this path now done. Now we can walk up and down, and it is looking pretty good. We're currently sitting on day 136, so we want to do this as quickly as possible. We don't want to burn through too many days. So now it's time to figure out the hydration of the land. So we're going to plow everything and hope that we don't need to add too much extra little spots of water, at least on the side of the river. Actually, because these are slabs, we can just add water in there, can't we? And no one would even know. So I guess we'll just do that when necessary. Look at that. This farm is going to expand so fast. Now, we do need to make sure we figure out the lighting though. Now, usually I place a spruce slab with a lantern on top, but there's not going to be any of those here, and I kind of want to get a little bit more fancy. We're going to use some spruce fences, coarse dirt, and some lanterns, and that'll give us a nice little lamppost. But we do need to grab some iron, and we do need to smelt some. So let's smelt up this stack and a half so we can make some lanterns. We've got a couple spruce fences. I'm going to grab a couple extra just in case. 40 should be plenty. And then I have more than enough coarse dirt. Come on, iron, you need to smelt up. We got 10. How many lanterns will that give us? 11 lanterns. You know what? for now that should be plenty because we haven't really got much space to work with just yet anyway. So let's make sure we light up the area before any scary monsters spawn in. There we go. That's very nice. So we can now remove these ugly torches. So now we just got to plow all the land on this side. Now this side will definitely require some of these little spruce slabs with of course a little lantern on top. Now I'm probably going to put some leaves here, so I'll leave this a little bit empty. Should leave this one empty too. Same on this side, just a little bit of space for some leaves to separate the farm because the farm isn't going to be heading down this path here. Going to do something like we did over there. Okay, and that is all of this area here plowed up and ready to go. Now I do need to quickly just go under here and of course stop this water from flowing just like that. Oh no, get out of here my boy. Thank you for your insides. Hey, I'll take your insides too, mate. Nope, I guess I won't. Okay, he really didn't want me to have his insides. Hey, you too, buddy. Bro, that skeleton literally almost got me killed. That was crazy. Literally shot me into the skeleton. What? Bro, these mobs, they're popping out of nowhere. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Okay. Oh my days. 2.5 hearts. I guess that's not too bad. That's still plenty of oomph. But yeah, it's very dangerous under here. Go ahead and fill in this just to make sure you can't see through because when the land is plowed, you can just see under the block, which is a little bit ugly. Bro, where are these mobs coming from? I thought I put my lighter on. Apparently not. No. Okay, this is looking so much better. Like 157,000 times better. I'm not even lying, guys. It's insane. Now, the next thing we need to do is figure out this because it doesn't look very good. Yeah, it was a rushed job, but yeah, that's not gonna cut it. So let's go ahead and grab some stone, boom, 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 as well as all the other stuff we need. We need some tuff, some cobble deep slate, these things, and a little bit more andesite. So let's go ahead and fix up that wall. Alright, that is that wall 100 times better. So now we can go ahead and add in all of our plowed land. For this side, we'll just add in our water to the edge of the road. There we go. Now it's all plowed up. Now let's go ahead and harvest up what little carrots we have here. So we have enough to plant over there. That gave us almost 10 stacks of carrots. So that should be enough to hopefully get this whole area filled in. Oh, with plenty to spare. Just over 3 stacks. Now, it is the middle of the night, so I don't want to give a little reveal just yet. What I'm going to do instead is continue the path up this way because the carrots will continue all the way around. So just like before, I'm going to dig the path out just to kind of plan where it's going to go. I guess we're going to go up to here because we haven't finished filling in all of this area just yet. Hey, look, we got a farmer villager there, a zombie farmer villager. Very fitting for what we're doing. Man, we blew through our polished andesite very fast. I need to try and be a little bit more sparing with it because we don't have much andesite as it is. But I did find out we don't only have to look for andesite, we can look for diorite as well. And if we craft both diorite and cobblestone together, it will turn it all into andesite, which would be absolutely perfect. Which not only gives us a awesome use for the cobblestone that we've got, but look at all the diorite around there. There's so much that we already can see. So we'll be able to get our hands on a bunch of andesite when we need it. Now we'll just fill the rest of this in with the stone. We got a skeleton trying to snipe us through there. Our iron should be ready now, so we can go ahead and craft up some more lanterns. 64, just like that. Now we have plenty. Now I know we can get lanterns from the villagers, which we will eventually do once we have a bunch of emeralds, but for now we're just gonna have to craft them up. So let me go through and plan out where I want these little lampposts to be, just along this path. Beautiful. Now we can add in our water and of course plow the land. And because we don't have many carrots, let's just plant these now in all of this space that we just created, just so we can at least get them growing, so we can have pretty much unlimited carrots once they're all done. I do want to place some slabs, just spruce slabs along the edge here, just to make it easy to go up and down these levels. We did the same thing over on the wheat, and it would cover in those little holes in between as well, which is just perfect, and just make the transition between the levels a little bit better. So now we can just walk all the way down without having to worry about trampling on the crops, and just fix up the path, of course. And that leaves us with 39 carrots. Oop, make that 38. Now, it's pretty much a perfect time to actually have a look at this to see the progress we've made so far. So let's just jump off here. Wow, look at that. The crops aren't grown yet, so it's gonna look a lot better when they're fully grown, but that is definitely a huge difference in what it was before. Now, obviously there's a lot of work to do around the side here, and the carrot farm is going to pretty much extend all the way up to this little stone over here. This is pretty much where it will end. So obviously we need to fix up all of this grass here, slightly adjust the mountainside, add in all of our water, and wait for these crops to grow so we can plant more. So I'm going to do that in the form of a time lapse for you guys. just to save you a bunch of time, and because they look pretty bloody awesome. So start the bloody time lapse now. And after a solid 45 minutes or 2 full days and nights in game, this is what we've got done, and it's looking absolutely bloody beautiful, mate. It's the middle of the night now, so we're probably not going to have the best view of this whole thing, but I'm still going to give it a go. So we'll just jump right off the side here and have a look at what we've got going. And oh my days, it's not grown right now, but it still looks good. Once it fully grows, it's going to look so much better. So now we've obviously got our wheat growing over here, and we've got our carrots over here, but we now need to get some more crops going. Now, one crop that I need a lot of is, of course, sweet berries, but I don't think I have any, do I? No, we literally don't have any sweet berries, but that's no problem because I'm sure we'll be able to find them pretty easily. Now, sweet berries are not really a very useful one, but they're very aesthetic. I love to use them in my builds, and it just adds like an extra kind of bush to the game, makes it so much nicer. Now, I don't actually know where to find these. Maybe a forest? I guess we should look over here. Maybe they're super close and we just haven't even realized. Whoa, 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 buddy, hold on. Okay, this is how we're gonna play. I see. Might as well pick up these flowers while I'm out here. I don't have many flowers. Do we have peonies yet? I think we might, but just in case, I'm gonna grab all of these. If we don't, then this is another extra flower that we don't have yet. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find any bushes in the savannah. Hey, excuse me, I'm talking. Let's try the jungle. Maybe the jungle has some. While we're here, actually, I do need to grab some cocoa, because... Hold on a second, did I just drop my pickaxe as that exploded? Oh my days. Talk about extremely unlucky timing. Oh my god. Oh, no, there it is. I was about to punch myself in the face. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so mad at myself then. We only literally just got this pickaxe. I thought I just exploded it. Man. Anyway, where are these cocoa beans? I swear I remember jungles just being loaded with them. Am I literally just blind? I swear there's... Oh, hello, panda. I'm gonna steal you later. I don't know why. I don't know when. But I will. Why am I struggling so hard to find these cocoa beans? What on earth? There's literally none. There it is. Oh my days. Thank you. That's all I need. I'm not even going to bother finding more. But we still need to find the sweet berries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over there. Maybe over there's got some. We're just going to do a flyby on our base. Look how beautiful this thing is. Man, it is looking good. I'm so excited for these carrots to fully grow. Maybe this forest over here. Now, I know for sure that they spawn in a tiger or however you say it. Look, I'm sorry. Where the spruce trees are, okay? I know they spawn there, but I'm hoping I don't have to go all the way there because the closest one is a huge journey and I don't really want to do that. But by the looks of it, I think that's gonna have to be the plan. Let me just do some quick research. Okay, it is only in taiga biomes, so we're gonna have to make a big journey. Obviously, you guys don't have to make the journey. You'll be there in a second. And here we are. So let's find our sweet berries and get the hell out of here. Bro, where are they? Don't tell me we came all this way for nothing. Okay, there's a snowy tiger over here. Maybe it's in here. Come on, where are them sweet berries? There's literally none. What? There they are. Oh my days, thank the Lord. Bro, we had to walk so far through this biome to be able to find these. These things might be pretty rare. Now they're everywhere. Now that we've found one, okay, we got way more than enough. We got a stack and 12. So we can go all the way back. And here we are, home sweet home. Now for the sweet berry farm, I want to put it up here. So let me grab my shulker boxes and we need to expand, excuse me buddy, and we need to expand this road to the left here and then have it come up to the right and flow up that way. So I think we need to actually expand this over here a bit. I didn't give enough space. That should be a bit better. Gives us a little bit more room to work with. And then we'll kind of plan out, once again, with just a shovel to plan out where this road's going to go. I think curving in like this is going to be nice. Just like that. Now we've gone pretty far. We don't actually need to go that far just yet, but I guess we might as well. So let me go ahead and fill all of this in with the blocks and we'll have a road in only a second. Well, a second for you guys. Just like that. And this place is already looking a little bit better just with this path in. I mean, just look at the difference. Instead of just a massive open grass field, it's actually got a path through it. Now we need to turn all of these logs into spruce planks, every single one, and then make a huge huge amount of spruce fences because this is going to make up a big part of this farm. Now I will quickly make a dirt path coming through here, just up to the edge here, just like that. And then I'll also have one coming through here. Get rid of all these torches. We're going to do the same thing we did over there. We're going to use the stone, leaves, and the fences. So the first part will be right here and about here. Right here will be a good spot to finish up. Now we'll grab our stone and chuck all of that stone in. Let's not forget our little bit of andesite as well. Just like that. Now I do need to grab my leaves. I don't know how many I have. Yeah, that'll be plenty. We'll grab some flower and azaleas ones as well because they're nice and pretty. Oh no. Okay, we made it. We'll grab our spruce fences and connect the dots in the middle with, of course, a couple lanterns on top. There we go. As easy as that. And now we'll just add our sweet berries in, a line, and then a line of spruce fences. Once again, a line of sweet berries, a line of spruce fences, and we'll just fill up the entire area with that. Now, this dirt path makes it possible to walk through all of the lines. That's why it's there. And we're already out of sweet berries, unfortunately, but that's fine. We'll just continue on the other side, just putting in the fences where we can. I think I'm going to leave a gap on the edges because I don't really like it connecting fully, which you can see on this side. It's kind of done that. So I'll leave this one empty and this one as well. I just didn't like them connecting to the edge. I think it looked a bit weird. At least they grow really fast. Now, the only downside about this farm is it's not the most efficient, but we're not making it for efficiency. It's not often we're going to need these things. I want to try and make the farm as beautiful as possible. Great. And we got phantoms again. They could probably come in here now, couldn't they? Because of how big this entrance is. No, I actually forgot to add in some of these flower and azalea leaves. So let's quickly change a couple of them. Just get a little bit of extra color in here. There we go. And I guess the only thing we can really do is just try and harvest up some of these sweet berries. The damage they do is very minor. It's just more annoying that we can't walk through them very fast. Man, this farm is anything but efficient. But that's not exactly why we're building this. The cows are obviously still doing pretty good over here. Look how many cows we got. We got so many. I should probably put some lanterns on these as well, just to add a bit of extra light, just like that. Or I guess over here too. Man, we're burning through our lanterns very fast. So we can add in some peonies just on the edges, just for another little splash of color, just where there's a little gap. Yeah, there we go. Now, how much further should this farm come up? I don't think we need a huge amount of space. The farm doesn't need to be enormous, so I think we kind of sectioned it off in a circle like that. Have a little exit here connected to the dirt path. We might have to have the stone come out through here as well. No. Oh my days. Why is he not dying? Okay, there we go. Oh, there's more. Stay back. Dude, there are mobs everywhere. What on earth? Creeper. Hey. Oi. We do need their gunpowder though, so look, I'm not going to complain. So I think coming up to about here is going to be pretty bloody perfect. Just like that. All right. Okay, now we'll just fill the rest in with some fences. Hopefully we have enough. I don't really want to make more. I don't think we're going to have enough. Nope, we almost did. Very, very close, but not enough. And I don't have any more logs. So let's quickly go over to our spruce tree farm and harvest up some of them suckers. And now we should have plenty. That looks a bit weird. Let's place a stair there. Place in some lanterns on here. Actually, no. Make up our fences. I made way too many sticks. There we go. Beautiful. I guess we'll just put in some more lanterns on here. There we go. Okay. It's going to be our nice little sweet berry farm. Now we need to have the path come up kind of just around the edge of this. So dig it out like this, just so you don't have to go through the sweet berry farm to get around. Dude, creepers just coming out of the ground now. No. Oh, that was close. Okay, I think that's a pretty good shape. Now we just got to fill that boy in just like that. I think this should be looking pretty awesome. We got a bunch of bones, so I'm going to place in some bone meal just around the edge of it. Get some of these roses, plant some of them as well. Maybe some peonies too. I'm going to replace some of the peonies around here with some rose bushes just to have that little splash of red. Very nice. You know, I'll do the same. I'll add in some peonies here as well. Boom. Okay. Oakley dokley. Now we need to grab ourselves, because most of this is grown now, as many sweet berries as we possibly can. Imagine losing a hardcore world to dying by sweet berries. I feel like that would have to be by far the worst way to go. That'd be so embarrassing. All right, we got 2 stacks. Let's plant some of these boys. Now we just need to section it off on this side, just like that. Boom. And it's just as easy as that. My goodness, we filled in this area very quickly. I really like this. This is pretty cozy. Obviously, it's going to look better once the berry bushes are grown. Well, at least I hope it will. Let me fix this. I don't like the way that looks. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this is nice. Now, I would love to show you it from the sky, but it's raining, so I don't want to ruin it. No, I don't like how flat that is. Let's do this. Let's cut this back a tiny bit. There we go. That's a bit better. And actually, you know what? I do kind of like these leaves. So what I'm going to do I'm going to add them in along here as well, just to kind of section off this area here. Over here is going to be our trophy room for the 100-day maps. But I do need to grab some more spruce leaves. So let's go do that over here using our trusty axe. It'll be so much better to have some shears, but this is going to have to do. I don't need too many, thankfully, so we're not going to have to spend much time here. That should be plenty. We got a ton of bones in here. And this is why I like sweet berries. You can add them into the sides, into the fauna here. I think it looks really nice. You're definitely going to want to watch your step though, because they're a bit prickly. Hold on, why is it empty here? There should be fences. That's weird. Did I forget to do that? I'm going to have to watch back to when we built this to see if I did actually miss to put those fences in. It's a bit awkward. Ah, great. Now it's raining and it's nighttime. Definitely not the best time to check this place out. Oh god, we need to put on our armor. Dude, they do so much damage. Oh bro, relax. You know what? While it's nighttime, I'm going to go and fix this pickaxe in the end at our end farm because it's way too low. It does look way cooler over there now that that's all filled in. I can't wait to fill up all of that space there. Guys, this end farm is so efficient. We get our stuff healed up so quick. It's bloody beautiful. Let's head all the way back. So I grabbed up a bunch of stone because to work on the next part, we need to fix up this mountainside. And right now, it is pretty cooked. Wait, do we have dirt? I think I might need some dirt. Oh, we got some. Beautiful, mate. So as I've done this more and more, oh my days. As I've done this more and more, I've kind of figured out how to do this efficiently. What I do now is fill up all the sides with stone, just like that. And then I add some stone to the outside, and then I pretty much just carve in the next layer, however I see fit. And then I fill the next layer in with some stone, just like that. And that's only really possible because of the silk touch, but it makes it so much quicker. And yeah, that's how I'm doing it now. So once again, this is going to be a bit of tedious work, so I'm going to let you guys watch a time lapse while I absolutely jam out to some music and get this whole thing done, because it's yeah, this is going to take a while. So I'll see you guys in a couple seconds. And that is the mountainside now done for the very top and the final level. This is the highest that is going to go up there. So right now is the perfect time. We're actually almost just out of the perfect time, but we should be okay. Let's grab our stuff. We've only got 45 rockets. Okay, that's all right. So let's have a quick look at what this looks like now after both of those changes with the berry farm and the mountainside. Wow, that is incredibly different, and the carrots as well. Oh my days, this place has changed so much, and we're not even done yet. I think this video will by far be the biggest change that we have made to this entire area. I mean, that just looks so incredibly good. The berry farm is perfect. I didn't think it was going to turn out that good. That's nice. Okay, so I know what we're going to put in front of this hill now. So it's not going to be a circular kind of farm like we have before. Everything's been very kind of circular. You know, there's a big area here that's a circle. These cow farms kind of like a circle, or very circular. The spruce farm's very circular. But for this is going to be kind of more of a straight line. So what this is going to be, we're going to have a sugarcane farm right in front. We're not going to do those boring ass lines of sugarcane. I've got a special design for this that I use all the time. And you know what? This grass here is bugging me. Let's fill that in with some bone meal. God damn. All right, that's a lot better. Okay, bone meal is an absolute saving grace, okay? Bone meal makes everything better. Anyway, okay, what we need is sand, which I think we have some of that in here. Yeah, but that's not going to cut it. So you know what? Let's take this entire shulker box back and let's get this filled up with the stuff that we need for this next farm that we're about to build. So we don't need any of the stone. So we'll put all that stuff back and we'll finally put this disc into here. So we will need this sugar cane. So we'll chuck that in there first. We'll just sort it out a little bit better. 9 stacks, beautiful. We'll grab all of this sand and we need some, I think we'll need to use some sandstone. So we don't actually have enough for that, but I know the perfect place to get that from. Let's quickly head over there. It is nighttime, so we are going to have to fight a huge amount of mobs over here, but that's the aim of the game. Like I said many times in this series, we do not skip the nights here. We fight it out. As you can see, no totems. So if we die, we're actually dead. So this is real hardcore. We can't just go around avoiding it. We have to fight. If we need to get something, we're not going to delay it just because it's nighttime. So over here, this is where we got the sand. I didn't want to take out any sand super close to the base. So I kind of went a decent distance. We're not going to be building over here, at least not anytime soon. So I came over here and just absolutely annihilated the area. So there should be sandstone. Yes, there is. Beautiful. So we'll just go up and mine all of this. Now, this is perfect. I didn't want to have to turn any sand because each sandstone block is worth 4 sand if you just craft it. So if you can mine it, it is always going to be better. Now, we've definitely got enough, but who knows when you're going to need more sandstone. So I'm just going to mine up a little bit more. Might as well grab some sand as well while we're here. You know what? I'm just going to fill up my entire inventory with both sandstone and sand. Just mine it. Whatever we get, we get. Just because I know I'm definitely going to need more sand anyway, at least in the future. And I mean, why not get some sandstone while we're here as well? So just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And I mean, there's no mobs bothering us at the minute anyway, so we might as well. I thought that Enderman was coming for me then. I got a bit scared. Anyway, this is what we've got. Dropped the rotten flesh. We don't really need that. So that's plenty. Let's get back to our base. You can see it way, way, way off in the distance. I think it's looking pretty cool. It's really starting to get very big. Man, look at that. We still have so much work to do though, so we won't be too happy. So I've got everything that I need to build this farm, so let's go ahead and do it. Now, before we start this farm, I do need to quickly get some more food. But before we absolutely annihilate these cows, we need to make sure we breed some first so that the population stays nice and high. And now we take out the parents. That should be plenty for now. I'll quickly grab up some coal so we can start cooking it up in the smokers up top. There we go. It's cooking up. That should cook pretty fast. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, so now that we have everything, let's go ahead and get this farm started. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, go ahead and remove all of this dirt. I think having it about this wide is going to be pretty perfect. Now, the way this works is you flood the area and you place the sugarcane in around a block of water. So all 4 blocks around a single block just like this, and then we'll go to the one next to it and place 4 blocks as well. Of course we can't place there, but then over here we'll go here, here and here, just like that. So the pattern is like this. So there's technically 4 sugarcane for every 1 block of water. And then in the water bits you just put in a sandstone just like this, and then when the sugarcane grows it'll just be a huge wall of sugarcane. Instead of those lines, this just looks better for me once of course it's filled up. You'll see what I mean. Right now it looks a bit weird, but I promise it's going to look good. Now, of course, as it goes up, we're just going to place in a line of sandstone slabs and then just repeat the exact same thing. So I'm going to build this in a time lapse for you just because it looks so much better. So enjoy. And that is the sugarcane part done, and it is looking pretty good. Now, it's the perfect time to have a look, so let's have a look at what this thing looks like now, with the sugarcane across the back. Ooh, that is looking pretty good. Now, it does look a bit weird because there's nothing back here, but we're going to fix that up by bringing this path through here, and then around the front here, just along the outside of the sugarcane farm. But we're completely out of andesite. So we're going to need to go and get some diorite because there's no andesite that I know of nearby, but there is a ton of diorite. I don't want to go right on the opposite side of the base just because it'll look ugly, but there's some right there. And we can grab this as well as a bunch of cobblestone that we've got and turn it into some andesite. So I'll probably grab about a full inventory. I don't think I'm going to get it from just this one. So I'm going to grab some more, which I'm sure isn't going to be that difficult. There's diorite absolutely everywhere. So I'll see you guys in a second. I was mining up a chunk of diorite, and then underneath was this enormous chunk of andesite, which I still don't have enough room to get. So at least we know where a bunch is, just in case we need it. And it is way over here. There's the base way over in the distance. But we've got plenty, so let's head back to the base. Oh no, we didn't quite make it to the top level, so we're going to have to run all the way around. The good thing about the base setup like this is if we don't have rockets or we're not flying in, we can just still swim over and just walk up the side of this little wizard tower that we made. Just like that. Super easy. So if I'm not mistaken, we can grab a bunch of cobblestone and just mix this together, make andesite. Beautiful. At least that gives us a pretty good use for the cobblestone, because we have so much of it. And look how much andesite we have. We have almost a full double chest. I wish I knew about this earlier. It would have been so helpful. Now, I kept getting blown up by creepers over here, so we got to make sure we be careful, because there's a bunch of monsters that keep spawning, and this got blown up a couple times while I was making it. So we got to be a bit more careful. So we'll dig out the area. I'm thinking it should diverge over here and just follow pretty much very close to the sugarcane. Oh, this guy's got flame. That ain't good. Not anymore. Okay, I think this shape is looking pretty good. So I'll chuck in all the different bits of the road, and then this place should start looking a little bit better again. Alrighty, and this is now all filled in. I added some leaves on the side, and I'm going to add in some grass. Not long grass, just short grass and some flowers, hopefully. I think that'll really just add an extra little bit of flavor to the area, but I really don't want this tall grass, and it's all we're pretty much getting. I feel like it's a little too much. Alright, and that's this area now done, with the sugarcane at least. Now, let's have a look at that from the sky now that we've got the path in and a little bit of shrubbery around it. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. That is looking pretty good, mate. Now, along this front part here, I'm thinking of putting in some potatoes. I think that would be really nice. And that's one of the crops we don't have yet. We have wheat, we have carrots, sugarcane now, sweet berries, but we don't have potatoes. So let's go ahead and get some potatoes in along this whole strip here. Now, of course, we'll just continue the path to start off with. Now, I think to start off with, we'll just place in some spruce slabs and we'll just do this the entire way through. So I will see you guys in a jiffy. All right, so that is all of this land plowed up and ready to go. We just need the potatoes. Now, I did notice over here, the sugarcane during the night seems very dark. So I was wondering if I place like a torch through here, will that be okay? Because there's no need for lanterns because we're not going to be hitting them. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. With no light, it just looks scary and dark. I'm going to chuck in a little bit of torch just to give us a little bit more light in here during the night. I'll make it look a little bit cooler and hopefully stop these monsters spawning too. And for the most part, the torches will be pretty covered up by the sugarcane. You'll still be able to see them a little bit, but you can't stop that fully. But yeah, you can barely see the torches. That looks cooler. That's nice. It's actually slightly lit up now. We do need to add the hanging lanterns to that mountain ridge as well. But this farm is ready to go. So I think it's time to pay a visit to the very first farm we made, which we haven't been to for a very long time. Bro, this zombie is decked. Hey. These mobs are becoming very annoying. I'm not going to lie. On a scale of 1 to 10, they're about a 7. You know, it's okay for now, but you know, it's starting to creep up. It's creeping up quite a lot. The other night they were a 6, but yeah, they're getting on me nerves. Wow, look at this. Humble beginnings. This was the very first farm we made, and now just a single one of our farms is bigger than all of these different farms together. I think these sweet berries, the sweet berry farm is bigger than all of these together. So wow, we've made some good improvements, I guess. Now, someone mentioned I should use a fortune pick on these because you'll get more. I trust you, okay? Hopefully it works. I mean, we did seem to get quite a lot from that. Look at that. 8.5 stacks, which is quite substantial. I don't think it's going to fill in this entire farm though, because this is a big plot of land right here. But we'll give it a go. That's what we got to fill in, which is quite surprising. It ended up being a lot more than I expected. But we do have a bunch of bone meal, so I'm going to see if I could just get this filled in now. And that's the last of the bone meal, and we got just over 3 stacks. So that should be enough to get this whole thing filled in now. I continued building for another 2 hours, but my recording software stopped recording the video and only recorded the audio. But luckily I had the replay mod going, so I created a pretty big time lapse, and I'm going to kind of try and explain to you exactly what I did. I'm sorry about that, but don't worry, I'll give you a tour of everything that we built after you watch that. Okay, so of course, starting over with the carrot farm, this thing is absolutely huge now. We've got this nice little bridge which heads down towards the mining outpost. We've fixed up all of the walls here so they actually fit into the landscape, and it is absolutely huge. You can see this whole thing is looking so much better. So much better. Now then, we've got the sweetberry farm, which really nicely caps off this top area here. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Kind of a good look from up here. You can see it's really nice. I'm loving it. We then have this huge sugarcane farm just in front of this enormous mountain here, which is going to provide us with as much sugarcane that we could possibly need, which is awesome. And it looks pretty nice. I love how this looks instead of just having rows of it. It's just a 10 out of 10. I then created a nice little rose bush farm, which isn't really a functional farm because we only need a bone meal one of these, so we don't need this many, but you got to make it look good. I think this is a nice little design for this instead of just having a single rose bush sitting in a random spot. So, you know, gives a bit more realism. And then on the other side, we've also got this peony farm, which is exactly the same, just opposite. Now this big area here, we're going to put something special in here. You'll see exactly what very soon, but this is going to be an area dedicated for another animal. If you can guess the animal, make sure to put it down in the comment. Then we've got this potato farm here, which stretches along the whole front face of this area. So having a look at this whole thing, this whole top area is pretty much looking so much better. If you remember back to what it was when it first started, it was all just grass. I'm sure I've got some before and afters on the screen right now, but it's looking so much nicer. But the star of the show, in my opinion, is over here. I'm so happy with how this turned out of all of the farms. So obviously I fixed up the path here and added in these stone on the side. This stone on the side is my favorite. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Out of all of the different things that we've done on the edge, this is by far the best in my opinion. I've also done this along the front face here. We're going to work on this area eventually, but you've got the stone sticking out here and then on this path as it comes down as well. And I'm going to be using this a lot more frequently as we move down towards the kind of water. Then we've got this farm here, which is just rows of azalea bushes. Once again, it's mostly for aesthetics. I just really like the way it looks. Fixed up all the walls here, and now this is going to be a tunnel heading down, so you can eventually just walk along down here. So that's going to be one of the next things that we build. And it's going to really make this area look 100,000 times better. But I'm so happy with how this area here turned out. It's looking so good. Let me see if I can give you a bit of a better look at it. During the night, it's not as easy to see what's going on, but you can see it's just, I think it looks so mysterious and awesome. I love it. And it's going to look so much better when we get more of it done, this kind of design, especially with the stone on the top. But ladies and gentlemen, we survived another episode, barely. We had some, oh my days. We had some very close calls, but you know, we still, okay, that's a bit annoying. I'm gonna have to fix that. We had a couple close calls, but ultimately we survived and got everything we needed done finished. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. You're an absolute legend. I appreciate you more than you can imagine, and I'm sure I'll see you again very soon. As always, peace out.